What up, my Hendo homies? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to nollie nose manny. So the first two tricks you wanna really know with this one is how to nollie and how to ollie nose manny. I'm assuming you guys know that, so let's get into it. Let me make one little point about the nollie. You really want to be able to know how to level out your nollies. It's not just about being able to pop it, but you wanna know how to really level it out and get some height. So as you can see here in this clip, right, what I'm talking about is using that back foot to level it out. Now you don't have to tweak it as much as I did, I was exaggerating here, but you really wanna be able to nollie, level it out. And if you can, I think it would actually really help you if you know how to tweak it like that. So let me give a little tip on how to tweak it out first. So when you're doing a nollie and you want to tweak it out, what you want to do is you're going to pop your nose, and you kind of already have your weight mostly over the front foot. But that back foot, now our back foot tends to be our power foot, you know, that's where we're practicing pushing all day. So there's a lot of power in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop your nollie and you really use that back foot to kick it back. Your weight's kind of centered over your front foot, mostly in the front seat. But that back foot is just going to kick back, and that kick back, that swipe up / kick back, and pointing it almost kind of down after is what kind of gets you that tweak. Now, this is going to really come really important when we start talking about the nollie nose manny. So really, the only hard part of the nollie nose manny is getting onto the ledge. That's going to be the most difficult part. If you already know how to ollie nose manny, then this is really just what you got to learn. So in order to do this, on lower stuff, as you can see here, you don't really need to level the nollie out. You kind of rely on just popping it and leaning forward and just getting through like that. So if you're actually first learning, you can do that on a curb. Actually, it's just pop the nose and lean forward. You don't even have to worry about leveling out. But when it comes to doing it on higher stuff, you're gonna want to know how to level out your nollie. Okay, so there's two things you have to do in order to get the nollie nose manny. The first one is, like we talked about earlier, leveling your nollie out, because when the leveling out is what gets you your height. So as you can see in some of these clips right here, when I really swipe my back foot up, as you can see, that's when my front wheel's clear. Now it's gonna feel a little scary because in order to level it out, you kind of have to lean a little back, right? And that kind of makes you think that, oh shoot, I'm gonna clip. But rest assured, I've only clipped once doing a nollie nose manny. And the reason why is because when you're doing a nollie nose manny, what it is that you pop the nollie, right? But it's because you're kind of leaning forward that the nollie stays dipped slightly forward. And as long as your front wheel's clear, you're not gonna clip the back, right? Because as you can see, if I just nollied like how I am in this shot right here, and I decided to let my back wheels fall like a regular nollie, then I would clip. But because I'm trying to land into nose manny, my skateboard stays tilted forward, and thus the front wheels get on, and then my back wheels get on. So having those front wheels dipped is what helps you not clip the back. So you can rest assured, most likely you will not clip. Now, let's go into move part 2. So the second part that you have to do is you're gonna have to be able to nollie soon enough. Give yourself enough space from the ledge to nollie up. Because if you're too close, what's gonna happen is the nose is just gonna bonk right into the ledge, and you'll know it, right? So if that happens, you gotta back up off a little bit. Try to pop the nollie sooner. And again, this is also gonna feel like you're going to clip the ledge. But rest assured, it's not gonna happen, because what it is that if you're popping it, giving it space, and once you get those front wheels over, then you're good, because you're gonna be leaning forward anyway. It's just gonna take you up. Or sometimes you get up to the ledge and then you kind of turn out a little bit 90, and that's what happens. So, but once you can master those two things, you're gonna find that it's actually a lot easier to get into the nose manny, the nollie nose manny, than it is the ollie nose manny. The reason for that is when you do a nollie nose manny, you're gonna notice that the nose stays down more, right? And so whenever you're doing a manny trick in general, you don't ever want to like just slam right down into it. You want to ease into it. That way it's easier to keep your balance. So that's the trick to it. Nollie nose manny, your nose is already down, and so it's more gentle on your front wheels, and you'll find that it's a lot easier to hold the nose manny, ironically, you know. So that's why I said the only hard part of the trick is getting onto the ledge. But once you master that, again, it only takes two things really. You got to be able to learn how to level out your nollie, and you got to be able to pop it early enough. Once you get that, getting into nose manny is easy. The rest is just like a nose manual, you know. And if not, you'll feel it's actually easier because your balance doesn't get thrown off from the ollie. Now, there are some things to troubleshoot. For instance, there are times where you nollie up and you kind of like run out 90 front side. And the reason because of that, you got to remember to keep everything square. Now, the natural tendency is if you don't feel like, you know, you're going to get up it, you want to like run out 90, right? So it takes some like courage to kind of keep everything square, remember. So I would even recommend you doing like 10 nollies on flat ground first, and just so you can really get the feeling of doing a nollie, like a straight square nollie, and then take it onto the box. So just remember to keep everything square, and then once you're on that ledge, you know, you just lean into that front foot like it's a nose manny. Also, you know, you make sure your pop is solid, it's straight, it's, you know, it's clearing the ledge. You still find though that your nollie isn't getting high enough, I think it's an easy fix by leveling it out more. You know, you got to be able to know how to like level the nollie out and jump with it. You know, that's important. It's just ollie basics essentially. But that typically tends to be what tends to go wrong. Sometimes if you can't figure out to, you know, the nose manny balance, what I find helps is to just focus on leaning on one point. You know, sometimes you may be leaning too much on the toe and it takes you backside, or you're leaning too much on the heel and it takes you front side. If that's the case, what you want to do is just focus on picking one point of your nose to lean on, right? And that's going to typically tend to be in the middle, right? So you pop that nollie, and once you press it down, you just focus on staying in one point. And from there, you just do your best to freeze, hold it, ride it through. By there, guys, I think that's all I got to say on the nollie nose manny. Get out there, try it for yourselves. Let me know how it goes and any questions you got. Remember to like, comment, share this video, subscribe, do me a favor, and have fun skating out there, guys. See ya.